Hello. In this next video, we're going to take a look at how you can add existing questions to your native exam. To get started, I first want to clarify that there are a lot of standalone multiple choice items that we brought over from our previous system, Bella, into SPORK for teachers to use on their natives or any other teacher test they might want to make. In order to track those down and take a look at the whole list of them, users can go to the assessment banks portion of their menu and select problems. I'm going to open this up in another tab and show you. There are almost 60,000 questions. A majority of them are for the SPORK math curriculum because they are stored in the same spot. So all those math questions that are being used on problem sets or practice sets, things like that, they're going to be found here as well. However, a lot of the questions that we used in Bella that were highly used, high frequency used items, we brought those over from Bella into SPORK. And so to get started, you can go to this filter button to try to track down what's in here. And you can search by, this actually won't do anything. This is by topic. You're going to have to stick by the tags. And so in order to do that, we're just going to type in a tag. I'm looking for something, say, specifically on macromolecules. And so here, if I just type in macro, it brings up any tag that includes those 5 letters in that order, regardless of capitalization or anything. And so here's the one I'm actually looking for, classes of macromolecules. We're going to click on that, and then we're going to select to apply filter. What that's going to do is sort through all of the questions that we currently have in SPORK tied to classes of macromolecules. Unfortunately, we do not have lists of these topic names, these tag names that you can continue to search by. It's really if you're thinking, hey, is there a question on addition? Let's take a look. You have to spell addition correctly. There we go. So for a math teacher, there's going to be lots of good stuff in there for you. For chemistry or biology or the other subjects, it's not going to be as fruitful for you to go through here, but there are still options to take a look. So if I type in something like equation, for chemistry here I can see balanced equations, results in rearrangement of atoms. We have these other different types of tags that are related to that word equation. It's a mix, so we're going to see some math, we're going to see some chemistry. Let's just take a look at what we got for chemistry though. And then once you select that tag, you can hit apply filter and then take a look at what's in here. So this is just one way to just take a look. In order to actually add them to your test, let's switch over and take a look at how to do that. But let's say, for example, that you want this question right here added to your test. One thing I would recommend you do is take note of the tag here. And so we did have the one up here we found them by, balanced chemical equations at the symbolic level. I'm just going to go ahead and take this other one up here and copy it real quick, because that's going to be our way to sort and find these items. So back up to the top, opening up our test again. It's this add button and add existing problem that allows you to then filter by a tag. So we'll let it load. It's going to show us the same list of questions we just saw previously. I'm going to select filter, and I'm going to copy and paste my tag name. So there's the one I saw for the question I took a gander at. I'm going to hit apply filter. And so here it has 4 questions that use that tag. This isn't the one we were looking at. This isn't the one we were looking at. Excellent. This is the one we were looking at. In order to just see a quick preview, you can hit the eyeball. And so that looks nice. All right, I double checked the response options. I like those. I'm going to go ahead and use this question verbatim, and I'm going to just click this box right there. When you scroll to the bottom, you'll then hit add to problem test. This is what's going to add it to your native. Good news is, let's say you want to add all of these questions and kind of take a look at all of them at once, maybe even consider keeping 2 of the 4 that are there and getting rid of the other 2. So we can do that. We can click all 4 and click add to problem test. Scrolling to the bottom, that's where they're going to populate. So here's question 8, question 9, 10, and 11. 10 is the one we originally liked. So we're going to go ahead and definitely keep that. And maybe at some point as you're constructing your exam, proofreading it, double checking it for difficulty and pacing, you're going to want to just hit this trash can to remove the problem from the test. There is no way to edit this existing problem because someone else created it. It is someone else's question saved within SPORK that they wish and need to keep exactly as it is. If you want to make a new question, maybe it's just to change this response option, option D, and reword it somehow, or the prompt, etc. You're going to need to actually create a brand new question, and you can just copy and paste this information in there and make the changes as you see fit. So scrolling back up to the top though, just to show you one more time how to add an existing question. It's going to be for a standalone item such as a short answer or multiple choice question. It's going to be add existing problem. And then what it's actually going to do is let you know which questions are currently on your test. So here's one that's still there. Here's another. Here's that third one, but here's that fourth one that we actually removed. To add it back, of course, you can hit that and then add to problem test. To reset your filters and begin looking for new types of problems, we're going to go ahead and hit the little X on the tag name. Give SPORK a moment to load before being able to search by a new tag. And maybe you want to search for something on Lewis dot structures. Excellent, we've got a ton of those. The thing to keep in mind with the tags is to try to keep them as consistent as possible. Here are 3 examples of the tag names, which all indicate the same type of problems most likely, but the tag names are all slightly different. And so it's really important to just keep an eye out on these things and stick with the most consistent one. My preference in this case, if I were to create a brand new question on Lewis structures, would be to select the one that has more questions to it. Or in some cases, you might want to just do the more descriptive, accurate tag, and maybe it really is supposed to be called Lewis dot structures and not just Lewis structures. I know they're all the same in this case, but just an explanation and something to keep an eye out for. So once we hit add filter, apply to filter, we see all the other questions. And again, we can click through as many of them as we want to add, and then add to problem test. I recommend hitting add to problem test before refreshing your filter because it will undo your selections. So make sure that you just add the ones you want based on that tag name and then add them and then go back to do the whole series of steps again.